You go, I'll be okay. I can dream the rest away. It's just a little touch of fate. It'll be okay. It's yours, it's its precious time. But it's got rights, and so have I.
Before I start, I'd just like to give a shout out to BobFred545 on the Battlescape game. Basically, he made me a intro. I couldn't use the music because it was copyright, but it would make a lot more sense if I could, because, you know, pursuit of happiness, road to happiness and stuff. So, the video itself isn't a live commentary. That's because I wasn't gold member at the time. I recently bought gold membership, but in the video I wasn't gold membership, so I thought I'd do some barrows runs, try and get some gear or money, and as you can see at the end of the video I got some good gear. It's just the highlights of what I got, but I'll definitely be making, you know, maybe a guide for barrows, or I'll be making proper videos now I've got membership. I'll put it like, I mean, longer videos maybe. But the topic is not live commentary, obviously, if no one's got that yet. It's going to be drugs, since it's a big hit in the community, in the health chat, sorry. I can't go on a day without seeing it, and I think it's pretty ridiculous, as it kind of sets like an example of people who are younger and haven't experienced it yet. They have all these older players talking about it who I guarantee aren't older themselves, most likely younger, and they most likely haven't done it, but what they're doing is glorifying it, and I think that's ridiculous. So I just wanted to give you my personal opinion and experience with it. So the argument some people would use here is weed doesn't count, it's a gateway. It doesn't count, it's only got benefits, but in response to that, it's a gateway drug. Because everyone I know who does drugs now, like bigger, more important ones, not more important but worse ones, like more dangerous for you, they started on weed. And no one grows up thinking they're going to do drugs, or you know, they're all innocent little kids, like always thinking drugs bad. If they knew someone who'd do it, then they'll be like, oh no, I'll stay away from that. But as you get older, you know people, you're surrounded by people, it's a different environment from primary school, and you know, for me, one of my closest friends' brother was a drug dealer. Not like a really scary one, but he's 17 and he's recently caught by the police. So I'm not going to say it's sad, because it's what you get, but if we ever wanted anything, we could get it, just like, that was a click of my fingers if you can't hear, just like that. So I keep saying so, and I'm probably going to continue to say, you know what, fuck off if you don't like it. So for me, I'd never, that's a lie actually, I've done a small line of MCAT and MD, and that wasn't for me. I'm not going to do it again. I didn't like it. If it was just for that, for how much I didn't pay, my friend gave me free, but for how much it costed, and really just makes you happy, then that's a waste of money. Well, it just made me happy. I have a strong, I think it's called immune system to it, so it's harder. I take more weed, takes more lines to get me high or anything like that. So I didn't really feel that much of it, but I did feel something, and it's not worth the money, first of all. Second of all, if you get caught with something like that, then I don't know what the jail sentence is, or you just get a fine, but it just wrecks your life. Like, I've got, I think, 3 friends who are very addicted to it. I'm not going to give their real names in case they ever see this, they'll be very annoyed, but basically just stay up all night outside. Like, they'll say they're going to a friend's house, but they'll stay up all night hanging around a park, which isn't the way to go. If you want to get raped, that's the way to go. But they stay up all night around the park, high off their mind on MCAT, and then they're slowly moving on. But then the people who are age above us, who I see those 3 slowly turning into, people who are age above us, they're getting arrested, they're selling, dealing, they're not reaching their true potential, which they could be reaching. The reason I've never gone into like doing it more is because I've never liked it, or I've never got the same effects because of my immune system. But you might ask, people who are young might ask, why would you hang around with them if they're doing that? The thing is, we're all friends because we skate, that's our common interest, and people who skate, you know, they have a bigger, it's like to say, with interests, you're going to be friends. Like, you make your friendship group for interests, and that's us. We've all got the same interest, we're trying stuff, you know, but they're branching off into different interests because of drugs. Like, they're just going into drug interests. Like I said, staying up all night, on the moor, no less, which is like a park. There's not really much I can put it with. Don't do it, it ruins your life. One kid must be one of the cleverest kids I've ever known, and he's just destroyed himself with MD, MCAT, and weed, which is used as a gateway drug. And he's just gone from top set, which is top of a top class, like in where I am, it's different classes. So it goes from set 4 to set 1, set 1 being the best and set 4 being the worst. He's gone from the top of set 1 to the bottom of set 3. So it's not that bad, you may think, but from what he has, what he could have been, you know, what he could have accomplished, he's gone down to that. And his brother, who was a drug dealer, you know, he's a kind of like the cool kid, I guess you'd put it like. So you kind of expect that, but yeah, that's really my opinion on drugs. Like, my experience is quite a small experience with it, but I guess I could do another one on smoking. Yeah, I've got an experience with that. Like, I'm only 16, but I should say I've lived a lot through all these experiences. But to recap, drugs bad, and I think it's ridiculous all this discussion because it kind of promotes a cool image, and that's not something that should be promoted on like a RuneScape server, for example. But people who are like 13, 12 are playing, and the people who are saying these things, I doubt any of them actually have ever done anything that they shouldn't be doing. I'm gonna say they're probably the kind of people who wear hoof socks and don't skate, don't smoke weed. That kind of people, just they think it's cool and it really isn't. So that's the end of the video. I'd say quite a negative tone this, but you know, not a very fun video. I like to have fun, but I don't know, I kind of enjoyed sharing my experience, and it needs to stop, this discussion of drugs every day in help chat, or, you know, that's another thing actually. I think the help chat is completely revamped. There's no help in there, people trolling. I've personally done it a little bit. Like, if someone asks me how to get like rune armor, like, I'll tell them, but if someone asks me how to get like bronze armor, or like, yeah, I'll tell them bronze, but say something stupid like, what level do you need for a runes game that you should know before playing, I'll just I'll have a little laugh. But apart from that, I think it needs to be structured better because no one's helping. But little, you know, thanks for watching, you know, play Battlescape, I guess.